Life involves many difficult tasks. Some would even say that life is only fully lived through challenges. God has given us the gift of life, and He continually grants us strength, wisdom, and joy to get through life's challenges when we seek Him. Sometimes we can't see or even understand why things go as they do. We are called to walk by faith and not by sight. We may not see the entire staircase or the final goal, but He often shows us and guides us to each next step as we follow Him. Faith is the evidence of things not seen and the substance of things hoped for. We can look with confidence and sure hope when we keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. Even though we have challenges, and even if no one else is faithful to God, we always need to remain faithful, and we always need to persevere. Things get difficult, but God is able. So persevere. Through any temptation and trial, James 1 verse 12 states clearly, "Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, for once he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love Him." Romans 5, a great chapter on salvation, also discusses suffering and its potential benefit, developing our character and leading us to greater patience and hope. So keep going. Has God called you to do something challenging? Perhaps no one else understands. People scoffed at Noah, and yet he was faithful to obey God. In the case of Joseph, even his brothers ridiculed him for the vision God gave him. Regardless, in each circumstance, God rescues His people as they follow Him obediently. A good question here is simply, do you know Jesus? If the answer is no or not yet, just as God rescued His people before, He is able to deliver you from the penalty of your sin. God has sent us Jesus, the Son of God, who was sacrificed to take on the sin of the world and resurrected to conquer the grave. We need to respond in faith and obedience. Make Him King of your life today. And if you do know Jesus, are you walking in obedience? If God has given you a vision, you need to follow it, regardless of how challenging it may seem. Of course, this vision will line up with His Word, His character, and in many cases, the gifts He has given you. In any case, expect challenges, whether due to our limitations, outside circumstances, or even opposition from the enemy. Just as you start well, you need to finish well. And when all is said and done, and when each challenge is over, may we be able to reflect, exalt in God, and be able to say, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me."